So I know I should be sleeping right now, but I'm not because of really sad interaction with my son earlier. We were getting ready to go to bed and he was like really kind of crabby and stuff, and he just started crying about his dad and missing his dad, as we all know, is Stephan Krongard. And so I felt the need to do a reading tonight to get messages from Stephan Krongard and what he'd like to say to his loved ones and his son and his daughter and me and everybody that he was close to and still is close to. Yeah, it was kind of crazy because like I went out to go smoke a cigarette afterwards, and I lost my pack of cigarettes, so I had to walk really quick to the store or whatever. And on my way back, I looked up at the sky and I saw the moon, and it reminded me of these moonology cards. I'm like, oh shit, I should probably do a reading. So I took it upon myself to do so. But as I was walking back, I was walking in this dark part, and all of a sudden this light went off and turned off, and I was like, oh hey Steve, because as they say, spirits and people in the other realm or whatever, they can screw with electrical equipment and make lights go off and flicker and TVs go off and all that stuff and mess with frequencies. So I was like, all right, that's a sign that I'm going to do a message then for what Steve has to say to his loved ones and his family. So with that being said, Spirit, I invite you into this reading. Please bless this reading and protect the people listening to it. Allow Steve Krongard to come in and share his message with us. Allow him to speak through me. I call on the archangels, my spirit guides and ancestors, and my guardian angels, Archangel Raphael and Michael, to come in and protect this reading and bless it, and to give me a clear message, a concise message for others that need to hear it. So, I don't know, the last few weeks I've been doing pretty good with my grief. It comes in waves, you know what I mean? But for the most part, I've been doing pretty good, and just focusing on my family and appreciating what I have and stuff like that, and really trying to nurture my relationships with my children. But for a while, I was really stuck in this continuous loop of not being able to get out of the darkest part of grief, and it was really tough for 4 or 5 months there. I pretty much held it together for the world, but I was broken on the inside, up crying in a little curled up ball, in the middle of the night, sobbing, the most heart-wrenching cries, and I don't know, it's kind of crazy when they say grief experts and therapists and stuff, they always say, oh, it'll get better in time. And I didn't think I'd say this 6 months ago, but it is starting to get a little bit easier. Of course, I'm still grieving my son's dad, and I always will, but I'm able to function now throughout my day, clean my house, keep up with household activities, do chores, get my priorities, back in order and stuff. So, alright, so first thing I'm going to share with you guys is that I made my own mediumship cards, and they're just index cards, but I took some out that were more individualized and personalized for me and messages for me and Adler. In here I can use these cards to channel specific messages that would come from Steve. And when I made these, I sat down on my computer and I just typed out a whole bunch of stuff that me and him used to share, memories, we used to call each other Grutch because, I don't know, my daughter Cora used to call the Grinch Grutch when she was little, when she was 2. And so me and him just started calling each other Grutch. So there's Grutch Stick, there's Mrs. McGrutchin, there's Grutch, there's, I don't know, all sorts of stuff. And so I personalized this deck, and when I was done typing it, I highlighted it all and got all the numerical stuff in order for the bullets, and it came out to be 78 cards, which is 78 cards is what the tarot uses. So I thought that was interesting. But so tonight is going to be my first channel message for family and friends. And it's going to be my first official mediumship, like, tarot reading, where I'm actually going to use angel tarot cards instead of oracle cards. But I have 6 oracle decks, or five or six oracle decks I'm going to use for overall message from him. So I'm going to put these over here. So the first one I'm like excited to start with, though, is called the Moonology Tarot, or Moonology Oracle deck. And it just has like a whole bunch of like, you know, different like moon phases and comments by it. So Stephan Krongard, I know you're with us all the time. Show yourself right now. What is the message that you'd like your family and friends to know right now? Through the Moonology Oracle deck, what is the message that you'd like for us to know? To help us through this time of losing you? What do we need to know? What do you want us to know? If you could say one thing in these Moonology deck cards, what would it be? I'm interested. Spirit, please give me a message from Steve Krongard. Oh, right there. Oh, okay. All right, Stephen. All right, so this one came in reverse, and I'm going to read it as reversed. But upright, it is the full moon in Aquarius, and I swear to God, I honestly think that that is the moon phase right now, or it was the moon phase. Okay, so I'm just gonna check it out on my phone quick because I want to know. I swear to God, it's the full moon in Aquarius. It's coming up. In Aquarius dates. Oh, okay, so that is actually like in August, but I wonder what the full moon and what. Somebody leave a comment if you know what the full moon is in which specific horoscope sign this month. But so August. So this one came in reverse, and it says, show the world the real you, full moon in Aquarius. And it has the water bearer, which is the Aquarius symbol. And it's just a woman holding water and the full moon. So if it came in reverse, I'm thinking that there's probably a lot of us that have been or still are masking our grief and are probably in the first or second stage of grief. Which would be like, you know, denial and shock. And I don't know, for me, like I've allowed myself to, you know, kind of come halfway here. Kind of come halfway, not the full, because of course I need to keep it together, and that's what my mask is to the world. So like for now, like this message to me, for me personalized, would be I need to start talking about this and making it real and sharing his memories with other people, because I've kept very quiet about it. You don't hear me talk about it much, and if you do, you're a really close, special friend to me, because, I mean, even my closest friends will check up on me and ask me how I'm doing. Oh, I'm fine, dude. Everything's good. We all good here, dude. You know? And that's something that probably we all need to work on. So I'm actually going to read that one, the full moon in Aquarius. In Aquarius. So it says, this card brings the message from the cosmos that you need to detach a little from whatever situation you're asking about. Someone might be keeping you at arm's length now, but it's no bad thing. It's important for you to allow life to unfold and progress, even if change seems like a frightening prospect. If you've been holding yourself back from showing the real world the real you, this card reminds you that your unique characteristics are what makes you special. In a relationship, are you being too aloof or detached? Go ahead and be yourself in whatever is coming up for you. And that like resonates so much because, dude, I'm like detached in all my relationships, like, or I have been over the last, like, since September 6th. I mean, just detached as hell, like, superficial, probably. Superficial, probably. Like, I just go through the motions of my day, but, you know, nobody knows, like, the me that's curled up in a ball at 2 a.m. sobbing in the middle of the night, and I don't share that person with many people. So it says, attune to the moon. Be aware of your feelings, but also be prepared to move on. So we're probably ready to take this next step out of shock denial stages and go on to the next stage of grief. And it says additional meanings for this card. Don't lose the beauty and romance of life. Hold on a second. You are too much in your head. Get into your heart. And it says a friend needs you. Be there for them. A situation is going to take a very unexpected turn. Every full moon is a time to release and let go, but the addition of Aquarian energy to the mix triples that message. Aquarius is the opposite of clingy, and pulling this card at any time suggests either you need to let go or someone is thinking they are the ones who need to let go, perhaps of you. What needs to go? What is the right thing to do? Whatever happens next could be highly unconventional or unexpected. Expect the unexpected, right? So, okay, it's actually 7 stages of grief, sorry. The first stage is shock and denial. You will probably react to learning of the loss with numb disbelief, pain and guilt. And then the third stage is anger and bargaining. 4th stage is depression, reflection, and loneliness. 5th stage is the upward turn. 6th stage is reconstruction and working through. Working through what? It just cut off right there. Working through what? Working through... Oh, it just says reconstruction and working through. And then acceptance and hope. So I want to actually read these stages of grief to you and what they all mean. So the first stage is shock and denial. You will probably react to learning of the loss with numb disbelief. You may deny the reality of the loss at some level in order to avoid the pain. The shock provides emotional protection from being overwhelmed all at once. This may last for weeks. The second stage is pain and guilt. As the shock wears off, it is replaced with the suffering of unbelievable pain. It is important that you experience the pain fully and not hide it, avoid it, or escape from it with alcohol or drugs. You may have guilty feelings or remorse over things you did or didn't do with your loved one. Life feels chaotic and scary during this phase. It sure as hell does, and this shit is not a joke. It is the worst feeling in the whole wide world, and I would not wish that shit on anybody. And it's the loneliest feeling in the world, too, to be in that stage. The third stage is anger and bargaining. Frustration gives way to anger, and you may lash out and lay unwarranted blame for the death on someone else. Please try to control this, as permanent damage to your relationships may result. This is not a time for the release of bottled up emotion. You may rail against fate, questioning, why me? You may also try to bargain in vain with the powers that be for a way out of your despair. I will never drink again if you just bring them back. That's so sad, because I actually said that before, I swear to God, I'll never do this again if you just bring him back, if you just come back. I'll do whatever it takes. Just come back. I remember there's been times where I, actually had my arms held out, crying from my bed and asking him to come back. And I'd do anything to have him come back. I was like, I just want you back. And I, held out my arms. The fourth stage is depression, reflection, and loneliness. Just when your friends may think you should be getting on with your life, a long period of sad reflection will likely overtake you. This is a normal stage of grief, so do not be talked out of it by well-meaning outsiders. Encouragement from others is not helpful to you during this stage of grieving. During this time, you finally realize the true magnitude of your loss, and it depresses you. You may isolate yourself on purpose, reflect on things you did with your last one, and focus on memories of the past. You may sense feelings of emptiness or despair. The upward turn is the fifth stage. As you start to adjust to life without your dear one, your life becomes a little calmer and more organized. Your physical symptoms lessen and your depression begins to lift slightly. 6 is reconstruction and working through. So you basically get back to, working on practical and financial problems, reconstructing yourself and your life without him and her. And acceptance and hope is the 7th stage. And it says, during this, the last of the 7 stages in this grief model, you learn to accept and deal with the reality of your situation. It doesn't mean instant happiness. Given the pain and turmoil you have experienced, you can never return to the carefree, untroubled you that existed before this tragedy. But you will find a way forward. And you'll start to plan your future again. Eventually, you will be able to think about your lost loved one without pain. Sadness, yes, but the wrenching pain will be gone. You will once again anticipate some good times to come, and yes, even find joy again in the experience of living. So, and these can actually like all just cycle over and over again, back and forth. You can go from stage 1 to 5 to 4 to 5 to 7. It's never, grief is never ending, okay? You don't just get to stage 7 and that's it, you're done, okay? You completed grief, that's not how it works. So, yeah, I guess we're probably all in this energy of maybe revealing how we really feel about it. And then on the bottom of the deck is expect powerful change, new moon eclipse. And that basically says new moon eclipse. I wonder what that means. Like, I don't ever read these cards, and because I looked up at the sky tonight and saw that like little shrivel of the moon, I was like, oh my gosh, I gotta read these cards, because that just reminded me of like, I don't know, something that just told me to like read these cards for him. And then the light went out when I was walking in the alley. It was so fucked up, dude. I'm walking in the alley and the fucking light just turns off. I'm like, okay, Steve, I'll read the cards tonight. So it says, if you want affirmation that you can achieve your dreams and get the desired outcome in this situation you're asking about it, then this is it. This is a card of beginnings, and there are powerful energies at work. But be prepared. It could be quite a ride, and events now could even be jarring and uncomfortable. It says, attuned to the moon. Never mind the past. Life evolves every single day. Additional meanings for this card. Yes, 1,000 times yes. You're being shunted towards your life purpose. Whatever is happening now is happening for your highest good, and this is an important turning point in your life. It's a powerful affirmation of positive turnarounds. Expect the unexpected. That's what this card just told us, right? Expect the unexpected. Basically, expect powerful change. So in being true to ourselves and true to our emotions, it's going to work for our highest good to bring us closer to the people that we need to be close to, and then bring about powerful change, whether that be like financial, anything, like love life, friendships, family, it's any and everything. So thank you, Steve, for that message. Then we're going to go to, let's do the Angel Oracle deck. And this is actually, look at how pretty this crystal is, dude. That's my Angel Aura quartz. So pretty. I love it. So, Stephen, please give us a message. Gretch, please give me a message from these Angel Oracle cards, what you'd like your family and friends and loved ones to know at this point in time. What is the message that you want us to know? One more. Spirit, please give me a message from Stephan Krongard right now. I gotta shuffle a different way. Hold on. What message do you want us to know, Steve? Talk to us. We want to hear. What is the angel that's looking out for us right now? Holy shit. Alright. Yeah. Alright, this is great. 4 came out, or 5 or 6. No, 5. So we got Angel of Truth, Angel of Relationships, Angel of Harmony, Angel of Stress, and Career Angel. What did I say? I said something about career, didn't I? Or I meant to say it when I was talking about financial stuff. So the first card is the Angel of Truth, which is number 30. And that's a hawk in there. And I feel like this card is basically being like spinning off of like what the Moonology card said, which is be true to you. Show the world the real you. Be true to you, Angel of Truth. Speak your truth. Tell others how you're feeling. And number 29, which is Angel of Relationships. So I feel like Steve is basically telling us to speak our truth in our relationships with each other. Probably reach out to, more friends and family of Steve's, and talk about it, because I honestly haven't really heard much of anything besides from Danny and his other kid's mom and his brother and his dad. Pretty sure that's all I've heard from anybody really about anything. And it's everybody just wants to walk on eggshells about it. Nobody wants to bring it up, I mean, shit, dude. If somebody were to actually ask me about him, dude, I'd talk about him all day. I got all sorts of stories for you guys about shit that's gone on And that has actually spiritually transformed my life to be amazing right now. I can find like, I don't know. Oh, this is the card that I'm basically talking about now. It's 24. It's the Angel of Harmony. This is where I'm like really honestly like starting to like talk about. So before, like, you know, when my dad passed away, like I never connected to like the spiritual realm. And I never really like was like, I never like could feel my dad's spirit like around me. I always saw like eagles and stuff like that. Eagles. I love eagles. But anyways, and I was always like, oh, that's my dad. And like for me, like moving through that grief, I was like, oh, I'm gonna see him again. So it's, you know, no big deal. Basically, like that's how my mind was set. And I didn't allow myself to process any of that grief. And I still think it's pretty much stuffed way at the bottom of my body. Like it's just not ever gonna come out. So, but with Steve, like with him passing away, I was able to like connect with the spiritual like realm. And I don't give a shit if anybody thinks I'm crazy or if I'm like, you know, delirious or seeing shit or hearing shit or feeling shit. I don't care. Like I know what I felt. I know what I see. My kids have seen it and they have witnessed things that have happened that are completely magical. And I know it's because of Steve. He's here with us all the time. And it's hard to tell a little 4-year-old boy that his dad's here. But today we prayed about it tonight, and I was like, you know, when he was sobbing on my leg, I was like, Adler, I was like, you know, like, we should pray to God and ask him, like, if your dad can show you ways, like, you know, physically on your body or, like, you know, around you to, like, know that he's right there with you. And because, you know, we're always saying that we're going to go meet him in our dreams. And at this point in time, Adler's working through his grief, and he's saying, well, that's not enough. He said that he wanted his dad to come to his house today. And so I was like, for me, I know when Steve's around because I get this like, okay, imagine if you just go like this, like on the side of your leg, like at the bottom part of your leg, basically like on your calf muscle on the side. You just go like this, like lightly. And like, I don't know, it's like this weird like tingly feeling to it. And that's Steve. I know it's Steve. I've never felt that feeling before he passed away. I've never like, you know, laid in bed and like, I mean, I've cried before in bed, you know, over like relationships and stuff like that. And I mean, I've never once felt anything like brush up against the side of my leg ever. And I know it's Steve because he's comforted me in times where I've been like, you know, just broken, completely devastated. And I never felt scared with it, ever. I've never felt scared from feeling that feeling and knowing his presence is there. I always feel comforted when I know he's there. And he visits often, but mostly when I'm actually like laying in bed, reflecting on my day, reflecting on my life, reflecting on, you know, my grief for him, he visits me. So, the third card is Angel of Stress. And I feel like right now, like, Angel of Stress and then Career Angel. Okay, so perhaps right now, right, we're stressed out about our jobs. Obviously, during the coronavirus pandemic, we're all freaking crazy about what the hell is going to go on with our jobs. What's going on with our money, you know what I mean? Stressed out. Because it has, you know, a person like actually walking like with a briefcase and stuff, and like, I don't know, just all this paperwork. Like for me, I'm going through so much paperwork, it's not even funny. I am getting all my taxes ready for my first year of filing for my business, and I'm like completely stressed out, max stressed out with like paperwork. Well, Steve is bringing in a great message because we may be stressed out about our jobs and our finances and stuff, but he came here to tell us that we're going to get good news. Things are looking up. Bright horizons. Everything's going to be okay. And, you know, he always used to tell me that. Like, he'd always be like, it's going to be okay, okay, okay. Like, he'd say it like that. So I can actually just, like, hear him just saying that. It's going to be okay, okay. So anyways, I feel like that's a good reading for the guardian angel ones. if we speak our truth and be true to our relationships with our caring connections with people that we're closely connected to, our soul tribe, then we will regain harmony in our lives and regain balance. And then it's a separate message for the stress of a career, stress about our job, stress about money right now, and he's bringing good news. And the second card from the bottom is Angel of Release. So release everything that is stressing you out, give it up to God, give it up to the universe, and everything is gonna float together. So I don't know, and I feel like this card is actually for us too. So this is the Angel of Clairsentience, and I'm not sure if anybody is really familiar with spiritual gifts, but it's the number 11. And so the Angel of Clairsentience, like there's clairaudient, there's clairsentient, there's claircognizant, and clairvoyant. And those are all spiritual gifts that we can open up to, we can open ourselves up to. So clairaudience is obviously the ability to hear. Natural clairaudience is like the gift of hearing the spirit realm through songs and messages that you receive in your everyday life. Clairvoyance is, it's been ready to guide and teach you to utilize and rediscover your ability. Pay attention to your dreams, daydreams, visions, and the symbols that cross your path during the day. Repetitive images, angel numbers, stuff like that. Clairsentience, or let's do claircognizance. That's like the ultimate knowing, like your gut feeling. Light bulb moments, epiphanies, and okay, and then clairsentience, let's get on to that. So clairsentience is gifts of clairsentience are basically sent to like help you reawaken your built-in spiritual GPS system. The messages you receive will come in the form of gut feelings, inner knowing, physical sensations, and empathy for others. How many times when you have met someone has a little warning gone off in your stomach telling you that you can't trust this person? Have you ever been offered a new job and your inner GPS system told you that it's not for you, and never ignored it and something bad happened? Your Angel of Clairsentience is here to help you trust your feelings so that you don't keep making the same mistakes. He or she wants you to make decisions based on how you feel instead of overthinking the situation. Remember that if something doesn't feel right, stop and take the time to see how this feeling affects your body. If you feel happy and excited and euphoric when you think of the decision, this is an indication that you should proceed. And so basically, like, I allow and accept the guidance of my Angel of Clairsentience into my life. Together, we will rediscover the spiritual flow in my life, allowing me to make decisions by using my gift of clairsentience. So it's basically like your gut feelings, inner knowing, physical sensation, and empathy for others. So I feel like that is a gift that is perhaps being awakened in some people. Like, I don't know, for me it has, at least. Like, I know, okay, there's nobody that can ever tell me that he's not with me at all times. Well, maybe not all times now, because he has other places to be, and he knows that I'm, like, getting better and, like, I'm gonna be okay eventually, but, like, when I was broken, he was there every single minute of the day. Dude, he never left my side, and I know, like, that's clairsentience, dude, like, he's there, he's with you, you might hear, like, songs on the radio, or, your TV might flicker and stuff like that. I gotta tell you guys a funny story. So I was, like, really connected with, like, with him for a while. Like, I still am connected to him, but I was really super connected because I was, like, getting into, like, the oracles and tarot again, and, like, everything was really, like, coming together full swing. And so I oh my God. So I don't know, like, people say, like, oh, like, spirits can make toys go off and, like, like, light up sneakers go off and stuff like that. So I was reading this book, and it was about this lady who has never done drugs in her life and is not mentally ill, like a regular, normal, middle-class citizen who was married to a musician, and he had a heart attack and died in 2 minutes in front of her and her little, 2-year-old boy or 3-year-old boy. And she wrote this book. Oh, God, what is it called, dude? Oh, my God. oh my god, I don't even remember what the book is called. I have it on my Kindle, so I might actually post the name of the book underneath this video, but it's an amazing book, and she basically goes in and saying like all this stuff that's happened to her, like spiritual stuff, paranormal things that she's like only experienced, like different like I don't know, paranormal spiritual like visits and like synchronicities and stuff. And I was like, then it validated me. I was like, holy shit, this shit is real. Like, and then I like listened to other mediumship, James Van Praagh, super like famous, and he actually made this Talking to Heaven deck, which I have. And I bought this deck in October, and it got me through that entire month. So we're going to go back to this deck. But anyways, okay, so the funny story is, me and the kids were laying in bed, and like, I don't know, Kadron was like looking in the other room, kind of like, and it was like dark in the other room and stuff, and he's like, who's that? He's like, who's that? I was like, who you see, Pinty? And he's like, who that? And it's like he like heard something. This is, mind you, it's like 11 o'clock at night. We're in bed. I'm trying to get the kid to sleep. And he's like, he like heard something. And he's like listening to it. He's like, who's that? What that? Who is that? And like, then I was like, oh, it's Steve. I was like, just tell him we said hi and then we're going to go to bed or whatever. And I don't know, like 10 minutes later, all of a sudden this fucking toy goes off in the sink. And it's a toy that didn't even work right. Like, dude, like this toy hasn't made a sound, a peep for like a couple of years. And all of a sudden it starts going off and shorting out. I'm like, okay. I was like, all right, that's enough, guys. I was like, Steve, please. I was like, I have boundaries when it comes to you, coming around. And, it's cool to like, short out toys in the daytime, dude. But at 11 o'clock at night when we're laying in bed, I get a little freaked out. Please do not ever do that again. And it's never happened again. But toys used to short out all the time, like here after Steve passed away. And different stuff, like brand new toys just like going off, shorting out. Like, I don't know. I know it's him, so nobody can ever tell me different. How are you going to tell me that different toys short out at, different intervals of the day? And, that's not a spiritual interaction. Like, that's definitely spiritual. No logic could ever explain it. No scientific. You need to go to a higher realm in order to understand stuff that's happened. So anyways, I validate everybody's experience. I know that there's synchronicities and things that go on that you don't want to tell anybody about because you think people think you're crazy. And who gives a shit? Be true to you. Like Steve said in the Moonology Oracle, is be true to you. You tell people what's going on. You tell them about, your spiritual visits or things that have happened that are spiritual in nature. Like, people need to hear it. This world is like what? Work, sleep, eat, no play, no spiritual side, no, like, talk about the other side. It's just like, be true to you. Other people need to hear it, and then that will validate their own experiences. Okay. Steve, can you give us 3 more messages? Stephan Krongard, please give me 3 more messages that you'd like us to know from the Talking to Heaven Oracle mediumship cards. Oh, that one wanted to fly out. Yay! Okay. What does your family need to know? What do we need to know? What do your loved ones need to know? What are messages that you have for them? What do you want them to know? What are messages for specific people that will resonate with them, that will help them in their grief process? Please give me one more card. Yay! I knew that. I just told Adler this. Oh my god. Oh. Yes. Okay. So this is so beautiful. You have nothing to feel guilty about. And notice that's a staircase to heaven. Natira, if you're watching this, you made the staircase to heaven picture. We have it framed, hanging up in Adler's room. And I don't know, it's just like, it's just a staircase to heaven. That's what Adler says. I'm going to go up the stairs to see my dad in heaven tonight in my dreams. That's what he says. So you have nothing to feel guilty about. And for me, processing Steve's death, I had so much guilt and remorse and like shame and like, dude, I was heartbroken for like what I didn't do for him. Like, I should have done this. I should have been there for him when he was suffering. I should have seen this coming. I should have, like, been there, like, brought him to treatment when he said he wanted to go and he was ready to go. Like, I should have, like, spent more time with him and let him spend more time with Heather. But, like, all these things, like, dude, like, we were busy living our life. That's what life is. You are in your own world, doing your own thing, and I had to, at the end of the day, accept the choices that Steve was making. It wasn't about me. It wasn't about Adler. It was the choices that he was making in his lifestyle. And I had to do what was best for my family. So, for me, this message speaks to me because it's like, I have nothing to feel guilty about. I know that, but I still beat myself up almost every day still. You know what I mean? I'm letting go of it, but, I mean, there's a lot that I struggle with guilt too. And there's a card with a rainbow. It says, I am so much better now. And I totally believe that. I know it. I know that the other side is beautiful. Absolutely. It says, I am sorry. Please forgive me. That obviously is a message for someone. I feel healthy and happy. Which I know he's healthy and happy. Like, that dude is soaring high in the sky. Riding motorcycles every day. Doing stuff that he loves. Free from addiction, like free from suffering, free from pain. And this is the next card, and it says, I had to leave that way. And we all know that he passed away in a motorcycle accident, or what looks like a motorcycle accident. I don't know if there's going to be more details coming up about that. I'm not sure. But I actually made some like tarot cards about that, specifically pointing out specific people that could have been involved. So, and those cards have come out. And there's also been channeled messages from one of my favorite tarot readers, Nikki Virgo 444, who used to be Mystic Virgo 4444. But like she channeled the exact thing that like I was told happened to him with the surrounding events with his motorcycle accident. So, he had to leave that way. We don't know why, but it was for a higher purpose and our higher good. There's things that we don't know or understand or can even conceive or perceive, like that are instruments for, the world's highest good. Like, we don't know why people have soul contracts to leave that way. We don't know why people pass away in horrible ways. We don't know why good people go, and like, we don't know why. And it's not for us to know all the time. And I just told Adler this tonight. It says, as a soul, I can be in several places at once. And I just told Adler tonight, I said, you know what? Your daddy can actually be here with us. I was like, your dad's so like, he's so busy. I'm like, he gets to be with us at the same time. And guess what? He can also be at your grandma and grandpa's house and see them too. And he's like, oh, really? Like, he was all like, that's how I got him to calm down from sobbing. Was I started to just talk about it. Like, like your dad gets to like actually like, be in a couple places at the same time. And the bottom of the deck is, it is not your fault, which I think goes along with the card of you have nothing to feel guilty about. It's not your fault, and you have nothing to feel guilty about. Don't beat yourself up about it. There's nothing you could have done at this point in time that would have saved him, because he had an agreement to go when he did for a higher purpose. We'll never know until we get to the other side. And I feel like one last card, which is, I am just a thought away. And that's so true. He is always just a thought away. I talk to him all the time. Like, like tonight, like looking up at the night sky, I'm like, I was like, oh, what's up, Steve? When that light went out, oh God. I was like, what's up, Steve? I didn't get freaked out or anything. Most people would be like all freaked out walking through an alley and the only light like goes off, flickers off. Like people would be like, oh God, what's going on? But I'm not like that at all, dude. I'm like, oh, hey, Steve, what's up? Because I know it's him. He's with me all the time. Like, he's protecting me all the time. Like, so I think next we're going to go on to the chakra wisdom cards. Right here. And we're going to just get some energies. as to what we need to be working on right now. What do we need to be working on right now and focusing on, Steve? What are your messages for us? I know you can see every single thing about us, every thought, every pain, every emotion, everything. So tell us what we need to be focusing on right now. Stephan Krongard, please give me your message for your friends and families for what we need to be focusing on. Gratitude, faith, renewal. Oops. 2 more cards, please. Stephan Krongard, 2 more cards. Yep. Enlightenment and creation. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Huh. Crazy. Okay, so gratitude. Literally just listened to another reading about this, like tonight, about messages from a deceased loved one from my favorite reader, Nikki Virgo. And she was talking about appreciating your family and like your family being blessed and stuff. And like right now, I am more than grateful for my family, appreciating my mom, appreciating like my children, appreciating their smiles, their laughter. Even when they're naughty as shit, I still like, I'm able to like soften up really quick and be like, oh, it's so cute though. Like, I love you. You're so freaking cute. Why are you so cute? Like just being grateful for everything in our life right now, our health, like, the abundance, that, like having good relationships with our family brings, like. And then also the next card is faith. Faith. Have faith that this is not always going to feel this way. You're not always going to feel so alone, so heartbroken, so lost, desolate, desperate, broken. You're not always going to feel like that. Have faith that it does get better. Like, it's slow as shit. Slow as hell, dude. But it eventually, like, will get better and better. And, like, will be renewed. Oh, my God. I didn't even have that, like, oh, God. Okay, so renewed. We'll have faith renewed. And I meant to say, like, I didn't have that in a script. Oh my God, why can't I think right now? But our faith will be renewed, right? We'll have a renewal of ourselves. We'll be, like, unenlightened. I didn't script that either. An enlightened individual because of this situation and this loss. Like, through suffering comes enlightenment, right? Like, and we'll be able to create a new life for ourselves. Create something more, like, create something out of, like, just ashes. Like a phoenix, we shall rise. Like, something that, completely tore somebody apart, broke them, shattered their soul. Look at, he gave us beautiful messages, like gratitude, faith, renewal, enlightenment, creation. Let's do one more. I just want one more message from you, please. One more message. One more message from you. Okay. There's going to be a couple, though. There should be one more here. Okay, so the next card is dissipating. Dissipating, the next card was prayer in reverse. Oh, this came out 2 times. All right, this is a message. All right. Dissipating, and these are all solar plexus chakras too. So dissipating, we may be coming out of a stage where we just straight up watched our lives pass us by for months and months, and like, oh, we'll get at it tomorrow, we'll do this tomorrow, we'll, talk about it tomorrow, this and that. Dissipating, watching our life fly by. Or, like, just slowly roll by. Like, the next card is prayer in reverse. And I feel like right now, instead of avoiding contact perhaps with him or praying like for signs and synchronicities, we should be praying for those things, because once you ask for them, I swear to God, on everything I love and my children, your prayers will be answered. You will have contact with him. You will see signs and synchronicities, angel numbers, 333, 777, 444 is a big one. That is a message specifically from your deceased loved one. It could come up as 44, 444, 4444. You can see it, like in like a bank statement, on license plates, on billboards, and also like, he can pop up through songs on the radio, things like that. Like, he can come in the form of like an eagle, a raven, spirit animals, and you can also just know when he's around, because he may be able to like show you signs if he's able to like get on your same frequency and change your vibration a little bit. That's how like you're able to feel their energy on your body or around you, is because they're able to like tune into the same frequency as you. So I feel like with enlightenment through this, though, and like going through a transformation, a spiritual transformation because of this, and reaching out to God and our higher power, and our spirituality, that we're like manifesting abundance by doing so, because we're following our soul's true path. Like, we're following our soul's true journey, and it's moving forward and pushing through like even the darkest times. And with that, we'll have abundance. And isn't that what like one of the cards said before? I think that's so beautiful. Thank you, Steve. Gratitude, faith, renewal, enlightenment, and creation. That is so beautiful and so powerful. I can't believe it. Thank you so much for that. So, and then I'm going to do Eckhart Tolle's little oracle deck he's got here, dude. It's called New Earth, and he like makes all sorts of books. But Steve, can you please speak through it with us through these inspiration cards? They're not even oracle cards, they're just inspiration cards. Nobody's even using them as oracle cards, I don't think. They're just things that normal people like are normal. What's normal? But like normal people just like, oh, I want to read a card for the day, and they don't think of it as divination, so they're like, oh, okay. So anyways, going off on a little tangent, Steve Krongard, please give us a message through this deck of what you want us to know for our highest good. Please give us a message to this deck for our highest good. These cards are bigger than like tarot cards, so they're kind of hard to shuffle. Oh, okay. Oh, okay, so there's actually 4 cards that came out. Sorry, guys. The remnants of pain left behind by every strong negative emotion that is not fully faced, accepted, and then let go of, join together to form an energy field that lives in the very cells of your body. It can make you sick. If you're holding in your grief and you're not letting it out and you're hiding and repressing it, it will make you sick or like manifest, like negative vibrations, and you're more susceptible to like different entities or attachments to come to you, and like drugs, addictions, drinking, sex, whatever it is, and it will live in the very cells of your body, and it will make you sick. Like you can get, precancerous cells like over it from being so stressed out and stuff like that. So, and also like if you don't release the pain, like if you hold back your tears and like you feel your throat constricting and you're gonna cry, and you feel that pain in your chest right before you cry and you hold it back, that can like make you sick. And like in Native American culture, we're told not to taste our tears because it's actually the soul's like toxins and poisons and like negative emotions like leaving our body and releasing, and that's how we cleanse ourselves. So the next card is, the closer we get to the end of our present evolutionary stage, the more dysfunctional the ego becomes, in the same way that a caterpillar becomes dysfunctional just before it transforms into a butterfly, but the new consciousness is arising even as the old dissolves. So So basically what this is saying is that in the world right now, we're coming to an end of our dysfunctional ego. Like, oh, like I said, work, sleep, eat, no play, money, 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 all stressed out, worried about cash flow, worried about all this shit, greedy, selfish shit. And maybe that's like what's happening right now with the coronavirus, like pandemic is actually the earth just like cleansing itself. And like, this is a new stage of like consciousness that we're coming into right now. And maybe it's like Steve's way of saying like that the old is falling back so that something new can come forward. And it says that in the same way that a caterpillar becomes dysfunctional just before it transforms into a butterfly, like goes into a little cocoon, this and that, but the new consciousness is arising even as the old dissolves, which is true because we're all made to like sit back, isolate, social distance, think about everything that's important in our life right now, and what we really want for ourselves. I feel like a lot of us are going on a spiritual quest, spiritual journey right now as we're sitting in this pandemic. At the heart of the new consciousness lies the transcendence of thought, the newfound ability of rising above thought, of realizing a dimension within yourself that is infinitely more vast than thought. You then no longer derive your identity, your sense of who you are, from the incessant stream of thinking that in the old consciousness you take to be yourself. So basically, in this new consciousness that is arising, we're able to rise above like our ego thoughts, which would be, like selfish, pride, greed, all of the negative like things that human beings do. And we're realizing a new dimension within ourselves that is infinitely more vast than thought, because you hear about all this stuff that's going on with the coronavirus, and everybody, you hear like about these amazing stories, like 6-year-old kids like giving their allowance to like senior citizens, and like people helping out truckers, and like all this beautiful things that are happening that we all just basically forgot about. Like, not all of us, but I mean like pretty much compassion took the back seat. So basically, yeah, that's what that means. How spiritual you are has nothing to do with what you believe, but everything to do with your state of consciousness, right? We're all trying to like raise our vibration, raise our frequency, and become closely connected to our higher power, whatever that is. If it's the divine source, God, Buddha, it doesn't matter. Like, we're all raising our state of consciousness so that we can become better, compassionate people, and more connected to the spiritual realm of life. Not all unhappiness is of the pain body. Some of it is new unhappiness, created whenever you are out of alignment with the present moment, when the now is denied in one way or another. So basically, whenever we don't get our way, dude, we become not aligned with our true self, like, and it actually forces us to like take a step backward. Basically, we have to learn how to like move forward from that, and not everything is going to go our way. We're not always going to get what we want, and we should be grateful and appreciative of things we do have, and that in turn trains your mind to go at a higher state of consciousness. It's not going to go backwards, because once you go up, you can't go back down. When you're raising your vibration and frequency, when you go back, it's almost like the most uncomfortable thing in the whole wide world. When I go back into my old ways, it's not somewhere I want to sit at all, because I know a new life. I already have been living a new life thus far. So, and this brings us back to the whole point. If you can be absolutely comfortable with not knowing who you are, then what's left is who you are, the being behind the human, a field of pure potentiality rather than something that is already defined. Give up defining yourself to yourself and others. You won't die. You will come to life. Be true to yourself, right? Stop defining who you are based on, past experiences, old wounds, past traumas, losses in your life. And basically shed shed like, I don't know, like old behaviors, old skins that like don't serve you anymore. It won't kill you, you know, to come out of that shell. You'll come to life, like it said in the whole butterfly, caterpillar butterfly message. So those are cool cards. And let's see, we're getting to about an hour here, so I'm gonna hurry this up. I just have 2 more decks real quick. So the next deck is the Enchanted Map, and Steve, can you please give us a message from the Enchanted Map of what you'd like to see us doing right now, or where we are in our state of consciousness and where you'd like to see us rise above. Oh, One Ring Circus, number 15. Dragon's Lair, oh God. Home. Coming to life. Magic Prayer. Okay. Okay, Steve, I hear you. I hear you. Okay, so I took way more. I always take way more cards than I'm supposed to. I mean, like, 2, 4, 6, 7 cards, but I feel like they're messages from him specifically for certain people. So right now we got 15 actually in the tarot deck is the Devil card. And I feel like right now we got 15 and 19. One Ring Circus, right? I'll show you the card. Oh, God. One Ring Circus. And we got Dragon's Lair. So some of us may be dabbling in things that are not healthy for us or good for us. And I feel like he is heeding you to change the direction of your life at this present moment and to keep trying to move forward no matter what. If you take steps backward, so be it. Not the end of the world if you slip up, 1, 2, multiple times. But as long as you're going forward, not staying stuck in rock bottom energy. As long as you're moving forward and letting the wheel turn in life, the wheel of fortune, turn in your life for the greater good, not bringing bad karma to your life by doing negative things and, serving, selfish desires and wants and needs and drugs, addictions, whatever, sex, it doesn't matter. We want to get out of this rock bottom energy, right? And I feel like, okay, so his next message then is to, maybe all of us right now, because we're all at home right now, right? We're all in social distancing, self-isolation. But in this home energy and, nurturing our families, nurturing ourselves, taking care of, things that have gone on the back burner for months and months, years and years. In this home energy, we're coming back to life. And I think it was said a couple cards ago, like coming to life, transforming yourself. That's what that means. I mean, I don't even need to go into it. And then we were talking about prayer to our higher power, the prayer card in the chakra wisdom. This is what this is talking about. Speaking your truth and sending your prayers up to the divine, and even praying to like Steve, like he hears your prayers, he hears your thoughts all the time. And then venturing into the unknown. So a lot of us are going into uncharted territory here when we're processing these emotions of grief. We're actually coming to the magic stream of life where there's abundance, prosperity. We're coming into like a more positive realm, coming out of darkness. Because that's what I see right here. Like, look at this. I gotta get my phone. You see at the top, there's like darkness. It's like darkness, right? And then you go home to like a little home, like woodsy, like type home. And then light coming to life. And then you just get this like heart chakra color. Green is heart chakra color. Connecting to the divine. And then going into the unknown, like blindfolded. You aren't sure of where you're going. but you know that it leads you to the magic stream, and that place is beautiful, and why wouldn't you want to go there? Get out of the one ring circus, never-ending story cycle, and get out of the rock bottom energy. Get out of the dragon's lair. Steve is warning somebody here in this card that trouble is not far. You see that? Look at that. Look at that. That's pretty much something evil in, a cave with red eyes. You got that dragon, flying around. That place does not look, welcoming by any means. I feel like his message to this person, go home. Stay home. Go home, stay home, take care of your family, take care of what's important. Perhaps you're seeing owls or hearing owls. Those are also warnings to people. Or actually, it can be spirit guides too, but butterflies, that could be a big thing coming into... oh yeah, and this is what the moon looked like tonight, dude. Right there. That's what the moon looked like, and that's what prompted me to, do these cards. Dude, because on the back, or whatever, hold on a second. On the backs of these cards, it looks like that. So I was like, oh, that's the moon, I gotta do these cards, but... So anyways, and then see, there's the moon right there too, that little crescent moon. Anyways, that's what I feel like it is. But he's having a specific message to somebody that this circus that somebody is on right now, doing devil type activity, negative activities, unhealthy activities, you're treading in pretty hot water. Go home. There you will find new life. You'll be transformed. Oh my God, a butterfly. Were we just talking about that? Ew, look at how dry my hands are from washing them all the time. Gross. The transformation of the butterfly, like we were just saying in those inspiration cards. And this is somebody giving it all to God, right? Releasing toxic emotions and patterns, giving it all to God, venturing into the unknown, blindfold and all, trusting that it will bring us to the magic stream of life. And there we will be well taken care of. So, anyways, that is my reading. I'm going to actually just leave you with one card that is a DBT, and it's dialectical behavioral therapy cards, and it's it's like cognitive behavioral therapy, only for borderlines and people with bipolar and different self-harm tendencies, addictions, this and that. So we're going to ask Steve, what skill can we use that is going to help us get through the next phase of our journey? What is the one skill that we can use? It says, increase your positive emotions. Number 35. Schedule one positive activity each day for the next week. It can be big, like going out to dinner, or small, like reading a book. After each activity, record what you did, how it made you feel, and what you thought. Then consider scheduling more positive activities in the future. One day at a time, little by little, we're going to get through this. I also wanted to give one skill for the person that is struggling with addictions and treading in hot waters. What is one skill you can use? Oh, God. Well, there's a whole bunch that came out, and okay, this is a message from Steve, because we got the number 44. We got the number 44 here, folks. That is the message from Steve. So, we're going to do the self-compassion meditation. It says, relax using mindful breathing. Visualize someone you like and think, may you be peaceful, may you be safe, may you be healthy, may you be happy and free of suffering. Feel your compassion deepen for that person. Now do the same for someone you dislike. Today, extend your compassion to everyone you meet. That's going to be the hardest thing to, wish the best for someone you dislike. My God. That is something that hard to master, but here's a message from Steve. Be assertive. Being assertive is not the same as being aggressive. Assertive people can politely say no to requests they don't like. They set personal boundaries if someone tries to take advantage of them, and they can ask to have their own needs met. Today, do your best to be appropriately assertive. And then the last one is the number 7, and rediscover your values. Make a list of your most important values. Remember, values are like compass headings that point you in the right direction in life. Now make a list of actions that will move you toward fulfilling each of those values. Be specific. Commit to at least one action this week. Oh, shit. You guys, I forgot to do my like regular tarot deck. I'm not going to do the angel deck, but I'm going to do my cards real quick. Steve, this is going to be our for real last deck that we're going to use. We'll do angel tarot reading cards some other time to channel tarot reading messages from him. Steve, what messages do you have for us, your friends, loved ones, your family, and people that love you, your friends, your children, child's mothers, brothers, mother, father? What do you have messages for us? Okay, something just flipped out. Oh! This is the first card that came out. Number 41. The truth will come out in divine timing. What transpired the night that I died? We don't need to go into that too much. But just know, karma is real. And if anything happened that night that wasn't an accident, the truth is going to come out. But it's all going to play out in God's timing. Okay, well, this one is personalized for Adler. I thought I took them all out, but this one says 27. Adler has a spiritual gift. But I would also take it as there's a child around you that also has a spiritual gift that is able to sense his presence. That's what I take that card as. Okay, Steve. What other messages? Oh, see, I told you guys. Number 36. I am with you when you're crying. Always. He's with us always when we're crying. Always. And if you open yourself enough to be able to be open and receptive to his communication through his energy, I promise you, you'll know. It says, number 58, don't hold back your tears. Let them flow, my love. Let them flow because they cleanse the soul. We got number 30. I communicate with you in your dreams. And, well, I don't know, God. Okay, well, this one came up too. Number 21, Lance Reed had a part in my death, which is kind of crazy because the other card was the truth will come out in divine timing. What transpired the night that I died? What other messages do you have for us, Steve? What do you want the world to know and your friends and family to know? What messages do you have for us? Give us 3 more, please. 3 more messages. What messages do you have for us, Spirit? Please allow Stephan Krongard to come through in this reading. What messages do you have for us, Steve? What do you want us to know? I'm in trouble with these. What do you want us to know? What do you want us to know, Steve? Messages. Is that all? None are like coming out. Oh, they should be. Okay. Steve, can you please give us 3 more messages? 2 more messages, actually. I'll pull the bottom one. I'll pull the bottom of the deck on the 3rd. Please give us 2 more messages. Oh. Okay, that's way too many. So which one do I choose then? Oh my God, are you kidding me? You can't make this shit up. Karma is real. Number 60. Oh my God, I'm kind of scared to like look at this. Oh. Okay, and then just give us 1 more card, please, Steve. 1 more card. And I'll choose the bottom of the deck after this one. What other pertinent information do you need us to know? What is your messages to us? Please give us 1 more card that we can part with. 1 more card. This is just... I wish I had these like laminated but they're easier to shuffle. They're like so thin, like I can't get a good grip on them. All right, I'll just choose one. That's not gonna work. Just give me one more, please, Steve. Grutch, please give me one more card. One more card, please. Oh. And then it says, Barrett can channel conversations with me, number 19. Barrett has a special spiritual gift. And as he should, that's his baby brother. So, you know, they have a special bond, one that cannot ever be broken. And the last card is number 25. Do not be afraid of death itself. Oh. And then it says, I love you, Katie, but you can personalize it, saying your name instead. I love you, too. I love you, too, Steve. And we miss you so much. So thank you for these messages. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you so much for these messages. Thank you, Steve, for joining us in this reading. I'm now going to close my reading. Archangel Michael and Raphael, please send healing and protection to the people that have heard this message. Allow them to go through their pain without running away from it. Allow for them to feel the grief in its entirety so that it shall pass and they can transform their life and become spiritually enlightened and closer to you. All right. Amen. Bye, guys.